What's up, guys? Welcome to our movies of 20. Yeah, you want to say hi again?
I
Yeah, our movies of 2023 tier list. I drowned him out last time. I forgot I had an F tier actually. So these are our movies that we personally saw, and we all saw most of these. So I'm not gonna start from the top because I'm gonna let you
no.
go
Why are we
first.
going starting with that one?
You
This has to be the worst movie of all time. Put it at like below F tier. Make like 3 tiers lower. It's so bad. All you have to know is if you were by chance a fan of the first two, which I kind of was. I wasn't. I didn't like it. I thought they were enjoyable at points because I was forced to watch them with my mom, and I thought they were okay. They had a couple funny jokes. That was it. They were like a low C tier movies. The third one, they just went off the fucking rails and decided to try to make it as emotional as possible. When before it was just purely comedy and being stupid. So they tried to take the comedy movie and make it serious, except they tried to put so many subplots in this movie that there's like 2 jokes made and half of them are left unresolved, and they put 2 characters in that I think get a total of 5 minutes of screen time to get married at the end, so they can call My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Do not spend a second watching this movie.
all right? That was
That's
your
my
that
that's my
that that
rant.
was your rant
Okay,
about.
actually, how much movie did this? Let me look this up. You can keep going.
Okay,
How
he
much did this movie make?
So Oppenheimer is the next. Oppenheimer's an S tier movie. Oh my god, that movie was amazing.
That was
Oppenheimer
good.
is ooh. The bomb drop was a perfect scene. The one thing about Oppenheimer is it's either not for you or for you. Because if you don't like talking movies, then you're not gonna like Oppenheimer. But I'm a person who can sit down and watch talking movies, so it was really for me. I thought I love like the whole thing, how you go through like the past and future of, or you go through the past first. I like how you go through him talking to the in like a little trial thing. I forgot what it's called, like a private trial, and the movie part. I love the whole plot of the communist thing. That was actually worked really well. Well, to be fair, this is all based on on the actual Oppenheimer, and they really did his story justice. Everything, the acting was tremendous, was amazing. Uh, like it was just beautiful. And I don't know if you noticed, but everything in there was practical effects. There
No
was no
way.
CGI. Hold on. There was no CGI in Oppenheimer at all. All of it was practical effects, and it looked beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Oppenheimer is a great movie. I didn't watch it, but I've seen clips. It looks great. I really want to watch it. I'll probably watch it soon. Um, I'd like to say that my Big Fat Greek Wedding actually made a profit
Did you account
of
for?
$31 million.
Then it didn't make a profit, probably because of
No,
advertising
no, no, no. I looked it up. It took 5 million to make.
and advertising.
I don't know how much was spent on advertising. I don't think it was anything because I literally had not seen a single ad or anything about this movie.
So my Greek wedding for big fat Greek wedding for coming soon.
Hooray!
Okay, next we got Napoleon. It's an F. It's no, it's a D tier movie because it's not the
It's
worst.
it's entertaining, but oh my god, how are you going to make an historical
Yeah,
movie and have it be the least historically
yeah.
accurate thing
How can
ever?
you say? How can you be so interested in Napoleon as a person? Napoleon is a very interesting person. I would have loved like an actual movie about him. But how are you so interested in Napoleon and then to make a movie but not make it accurate?
I like when he goes to Egypt.
That was crazy. Going to Egypt is absolutely wild. But how do you make that movie and just not make it historically accurate? It's not the worst, but like, I'm not trying to see a Napoleon movie that's fake. I want to see a real Napoleon movie, unless they make it like a ridiculous, like satire on Napoleon, or make it like an over-the-top action movie. But even then, it could
Yeah,
still work bad.
maybe if you gave Napoleon superpowers, I'd justify it.
That would have been
Just why
funny.
are you gonna act like it's historically accurate when it's not historically accurate?
That's real. Next is the new Hunger Games. Vow of the Songbird, where it's called. It sucks. It's F tier. I'm sorry. I see people's like, oh, the movie is so good. No, you're lying. They cut out literally like a whole part of the book. Everything scoops around. Okay, the first part was good. I'll admit that. The first part's good. Second part's all right. Third part was awful. That last part sucked. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just become evil all of a sudden. I feel all this stuff." No, it sucked. I'm sorry. There's no defending this movie. I shall move it to D tier just because that first part. The first part was good. They should have made 2 movies if they want to. But I would settle with 3 because it's 3 different things. A book. So they should have done 3. It would have been a good movie. Now, Indiana Jones Down with Destiny. Did you watch that?
I did.
It's a C
I
tier
think
movie.
it's C tier. I think it's at the bottom of C tier.
Yeah. The thing is, I think the one problem with it is making it now that Harrison Ford himself is old. Because I'm pretty sure he's like 80 or something. 70.
Yeah, he is not Indiana Jones worthy anymore.
Well, he's worthy of Indiana Jones. He's just not Indiana Jones.
Great. It's just that you can't be Indiana
Jones when you're 80, when you can barely do the stunts.
When you can barely sprint.
Yeah, no, but I think the movie itself was pretty. It was an alright movie. I was actually really worried that it was going to be completely bad, but I think I'm fine with it being alright, just because, it's a good chance to see him on the big screen again, especially after the last movie.
I think Indiana Jones either needs a complete revamp or just let it die here.
I don't want it anymore. I really don't.
I hope it dies here, but it'll probably get revamped.
I don't want it rebooted. I think he should stay the only Indiana Jones.
I think he should just die Indiana Jones, and we should never try to touch the series again.
Yeah, it's because the first 3 movies were so good, and then this was okay. And I think nobody can replace Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. He's one of those characters you can't replace.
Yeah, I don't see anyone else being Indiana Jones but Harrison Ford.
Yeah. The only person he maybe get away with is the dude who played Solo and Han Solo, but that's only because he also played Han Solo as well. But anyway, Wish.
Didn't watch it.
It's D tier.
Know this movie came out.
I literally didn't know until people started talking about how bad it was, because they barely advertised it, or at least what I saw, they barely advertised.
I got it on my YouTube.
Oh, I did.
Because I turned off ad personalization because I got so mad because it kept giving me Genshin Impact ads. Because like, oh, you play games that are gacha because you play Dokkan, you want to play Genshin Impact, and I was so done that I turned off all personalized advertising, and that's when I saw this.
Okay, no. Wish, I watched it. It was bad. It wasn't the worst, but I shall put top of D, because there's a lot more abysmal movies. It's just nothing special at all. It's all the same Disney stuff you've seen before, but not as good. The songs were pretty bad. First of all, the main villain is not a villain, really. I'm sorry he was controlling who made the wishes, who he wanted to give his wishes to, because it's honestly a good thing. Because the main character is like, oh, everyone should have their wish come true. No, not everyone, because some people have bad wishes. Yeah, some people. No, literally, I'm there. A person could just have a terrible wish and it's just gonna be granted. No, not every wish should be granted. And the ending made no sense. You probably heard Moist Critical say this because he also watched the movie. It's just the same complaint about the ending. The ending makes no sense. Just like don't do the wish thing. Just like, oh, he has the power. Just get rid of them. Like, it's that simple. Just get rid of it. They can't wish if you don't want them to wish, because you have that power. But the villain was not a villain. The main character wasn't really a main character. It was just like slop, basically.
It was just Disney needed money, so they threw something at the wall. But I guarantee you they lost.
It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst Disney movie, but it wasn't the best. Like, it's probably in like the. It's literally a D tier Disney movie. Disney really was hit hard this year with no billion-dollar movies. Anyway, Barbie. Barbie's B tier.
Yeah.
My biggest problem was that Ken was the villain. Or no, not that Ken was the villain. He could have been the villain. My biggest problem is that Barbie didn't learn a lesson about, maybe treating Kens correctly.
I feel like if you want to make a women empowerment movie and then have the whole thing being guys taking over and just throwing all that out the window, at the end,
you have to
be
make
like, nope.
Yeah, at the end
wage slaves.
Yeah, at the end you shouldn't be the ending shouldn't be men are worse and women should be in power because we say so.
Also,
It should be we're both equal. Not it doesn't even have to be like changing rapidly. Barbie didn't even have to go back. Like I could have been fine with the movie ending with
they literally when they asked, they were like, "Hey, can we get a seat on the the supreme like lawmaking court so they
no,
have a voice?" And they're like,
no.
"No, you could maybe get a basic court judge for traffic violations."
You know, if I think the ending of the movie, I would have been fine with them being back in power, but I think Barbie should have at least like said something about the Kens and the injustice.
Yeah, or done
Also,
something about it.
Ken
Also,
Ken
another
completely
peeve I have with this movie is how does Ken bringing the idea of hey guys, maybe let's not maybe let's be the ones in power
yeah.
completely brainwash
Everyone
Barbie in existence.
yeah, like the main Barbie is the only one who's like, "Oh no, I don't want them brainwashed." But Ken's like, but every
How
other
does
one
that even happen? How do you get brainwashed by the idea of misogyny?
cuz
Not
he's
like
just
advice, it's just misogyny.
yeah, no, cuz he's just Ken. You know, Ken carried the movie though, honestly. Barbie was an all-right character except for the ending, but Ken really did carry the movie. He literally read a book about horses and his entire life was just changed.
Yeah, he was having so much fun.
I
He
know.
had horses. Yeah,
And I really want to buy a rug that says Mojo Dojo Casa and put it outside my room. So that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned from Barbie, and that Ken's based. And it's a B tier. It could have been better. Super Mario Bros. The movie, A tier.
A.
Yeah, it's not S, but I think they did a
I think
really
it would be like something that you really gotta think about and be
yeah
like, wow, that was really powerful.
yeah
Mario movie is probably like the greatest movie you could possibly get, with it just being a fun go
yeah.
and watch it.
Yeah, you know, and I thought it was actually some of the jokes actually still hit. I thought it was gonna be like really bad jokes, like just kids jokes, because it's like Mario. But no, they actually had some banger jokes. I think.
And also really, I really like a lot of it. Also, the references.
Oh no, the references were impeccable.
They were
Like
everywhere.
they were everywhere, but not like put out there. It wasn't like this is our other series from Nintendo. Punch Out. You should go buy it.
Big red circle. Hey guys, look at it.
It was more like it was subtle reference in the background. Yeah, it wasn't like, and I think I love them remixing the music from like all over Mario series. It wasn't just like one Mario game. They really had Super Mario Galaxy music in it, and it worked well.
Yeah,
And
great.
I liked the excuse from Mario Kart to make a Mario Kart joke. It was pretty good. The only and Chris Pratt did not Chris Pratt, but Jack Black did an amazing job as Bowser, and Charlie Day did pretty good as Luigi. Chris Pratt took some while to get used to, but it wasn't bad by the end.
Yeah, I feel I do like Chris Pratt because I'd rather have Mario be like especially because now he's from a city instead of like Italy or whatever.
Yeah.
I really like just like.
Well, he's
Mario
never been
Bros.
from Italy.
Person.
He's just yeah.
Well,
He's been he's been an Italian. Well, he's still Italian,
Yeah,
but he doesn't have this.
how, like, his
Yeah,
voice is always
the
like,
stereotypical
Italian.
stereotypical
I'm
Italian.
glad they didn't go with that.
Yeah.
Because that would have been really annoying for a whole 2 hours. I'm glad they just
Yeah.
kind of put Chris Pratt, which is like the most basic guy voice.
Also, I really like that the sequence near the end with Donkey Kong and Mario, with the them using the power ups. That was a really cool scene. It really showed Mario for what it's for. I think this movie did really good for what it is, and I think
Also, that Luma was
the Luma was the Luma was very. I remember there was a thing of like top 10 dark jokes of Super Mario movie. None were really dark, but then all the top ones were about the Luma, because the Luma was really suicidal.
Luma was like, let's just all die. There's
Yeah,
no meaning.
Luma said, let's end it all. Put me in the fiery abyss. But anyway, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Well, no, I'll put plus. Godzilla Minus One was my favorite movie of the year by far. Oof. Oh my god. Godzilla Minus One was incredible. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Godzilla. I think that was they stayed so true, or not true, but like They redid the 1954 Godzilla. Their whole message and meaning was so well conveyed through this movie. Again, in a modern time, the acting was credible. 15 mil for his budget. If you watch the game tier list, and that's honestly incredible for 15 mil. Godzilla actually probably showed up in this movie more than any of the American Godzilla movies, and they did Godzilla justice. And even like just the thing with him having atomic breath, him regenerating after, impeccable. The acting was amazing. I almost cried at the end. I'm not gonna spoil it too much since it.
Can I just say the coolest part of this entire movie to me
What?
was when he uses flame breath, unlike most other Godzillas, instead of just coming out,
Yeah.
the ramp up of the scale.
Oh, you know,
and when
it-
you're in the theater and you have the huge director, it's like a
Boom.
chunk, and you
Yeah.
hear everyone. It's so cool.
It's so cool. I watched this movie in 4D, and it was crazy. I had to hold on to my seat because I would have fallen out of my chair flying out. My friend's popcorn went everywhere, and my drink almost spilled everywhere. This movie was amazing to see. I'm not gonna go any more deeper into it since it.
We're on time. I just want to say a little thing. I'm
Yeah.
so glad they took this time to make this movie not just Godzilla beats people up and
Yeah.
is mean, because that's what the past couple ones have been, and they have been
Yeah,
not very heat.
they're starting a brand new era with this too for like new Godzilla like series for Japan, and we've seen Japan cook. Japan cooks with their Godzilla movies, but we're not gonna get too much deep into it because it literally came out like as we're recording this video. It's the 12th, so that means it came out literally 11 days ago.
Yeah, so if you're considering watching it, go watch it while it's
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh my god. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna be. I'm saying A tier.
Above Barbie. Yeah.
I'll say a low A for
Low
me.
A, high B.
Yeah, I'm put low A.
The amount of enjoyment you get from this movie to make it like if
Okay, no.
this was like
No, no,
the
no.
best tier
Yeah.
movie to me,
Well,
like
yeah.
above Mario, but that's because I'm a huge fan.
You know, the
If
one
you're
thing
not
is,
a
though-
fan, this is like a B tier movie.
Yeah. Well, no, even that it could still be a C tier movie for one fans. But if you are a fan, the more you know about FNAF, the better this movie is to you. For me personally, it's S tier. But I think I have to also look at this kind of from an objective point of view. So I'm just gonna lower it down to A because I know the vast consensus was
Yeah,
not
we're
like
big
super.
FNAF fans.
It's not
We're
scary.
not a FNAF.
Yeah, it's not scary. The cupcake went crazy though. The cupcake, I don't know what they did. Somebody said, "What if we made the cupcake the most violent one?" He eats someone's face off for God's sakes.
Yeah,
The security guard's trying to. He's trying.
Just like
Yeah.
cupcake in real life. Just like
He's trying.
in real life.
He's trying to escape, and he literally runs after the security guard and calls on him that he has to knock over the cupcake with like a taser stick. The cupcake went crazy. Also, I think it's just a great movie, in my opinion. I really loved it. I love all the subtle references, even to Sparky the dog, which was crazy to see. The story was all the story was.
A lot of FNAF 6 mini games were hidden in there.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of Fantastic mini games. The one thing though is there's one scene that's just so the fort scene. Okay, the fort scene wasn't that bad, but when the one it could have been like it was bad, but it wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't for Bonnie putting his thumbs up. That scene hurt with that. But other than that, it was a really really good movie. You see what's next though, right? The Marvels F tier movie. The Marvels sucked. It's just a splurge of CGI. The villain has like awful powers. The one thing holding this movie back from being completely unwatchable, and I would never even pick it up and watch it, is Miss Marvel. I don't know her like the actor's name, but the Miss Marvel show was an alright show. But Miss Marvel herself, she was the only thing carrying this movie because I think she works character, especially because they changed her powers so when the Fantastic Four movie comes out, you just don't have two stretchy characters. The Marvels sucked. So other than Miss Marvel, I hate this movie. Brie Larson is the worst character in the MCU. She hates me through the screen. She hates all men. And also she has to do everything perfectly and she can't do anything wrong.
Yeah, that's kind of the aura she gives off.
Yeah,
Didn't watch it. I don't plan to.
you know,
Not
don't
time for a
don't
good
watch it.
superhero movie.
Blue Beetle is a B tier movie. B for Blue Beetle. It's a really good time. It's not the best.
I'd put it above Barty.
I would put it. You know, I'll put it above Barbie. I actually really like Blue Beetle. I think Blue Beetle himself is such a cool character. Like I played the Injustice game. I
They
played.
really
Yeah.
did justice with it.
You could say they did. They did not do him injustice.
They did not
You know,
do it.
I played Injustice. I watched all the shows with Blue Beetle in them. I've read Blue Beetle comics. Blue Beetle's a character I love. I think he was doing really good in this movie. The one complaint was that I feel like he could have gone to slightly more violent because his family just kills everyone and he kills no one. But I think,
But he's also kind of
yeah,
starting.
yeah, that's
If
true.
they ever do a second movie,
They might add him.
Like, got a grasp on it.
He might
I
kill
hope
some
they
people.
Do, like the more brutal things
Yeah.
that Blue Beetle doesn't like games
Because-
and comics.
Because Blue Beetle is a more gruesome character.
But he always started out as like
Yeah.
a nice guy. So
Yeah, I think
I hope they make a Blue Beetle 2, and I hope they make it more
Well, I don't.
brutal.
You know, I hope they include
Well-
this into the new DC universe and don't just keep DCU. I just hope that they add it into the new universe, saying it's it was just in both universes. Because I really love this movie. I think the whole thing was good. It was funny, and the parts that were serious, it really did really well with the seriousness. And I thought, and the grandma went hard.
Like, I'm
She led a Spanish revolution, not Spanish, a revolution. It was fire, and I just think it was a really well crafted movie. John Wick 4 is an S tier movie if you ever seen it. You haven't watched. I won't go to spoilers because
I still need to watch 3.
yeah, John Wick 4. Oh my god! First of all, as a person who does photography and some stuff, the camera work was amazing. There's literally a scene all taking place.
I can't add anything
Yeah.
right now.
All taking a place from a top shot. It was so good. The ending was beautiful. Oh my! I'm not even gonna spoil the ending because it's just amazing. I love everything about this movie. It was so impeccable. I love even the opening was great. I love they added this black dude who he's like a newer bounty hunter or hit target whatever hitman, and he worked really well. He was like a younger John Wick kind of, but because he had a dog and stuff, and it was so nice seeing a callback to his dog dying that he literally saves the dude's dog, and then he finds some common ground. They end up teaming up because they desperately are trying to get John Wick from stopping to go up to the stairs, and he works so well. And oh my god, I just can't get enough over this movie. I've watched it forever. The fight scenes were so cool. Every fight scene was so perfectly crafted in this movie. God. Oh my god.
I love water.
Okay, yeah, I just finished my rant about John Wick 4 from Impeccable movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. You watched this, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
S tier. S tier. S tier. This movie is so good. That was really one of the best Marvel movies to ever come out. The end,
Actually,
they
made up for
for Thor: Love and Thunder.
made up, but this came out before, but
No, this came out after Thor: Love and Thunder, I think.
no, I mean
Oh, yeah.
Marvel.
Oh yeah, Marvels. This movie was amazing. I love first of all, I love the high. Okay, one complaint about all movies is that they don't have a strong villain. They have really awful power. The High Evolutionary only works in this movie because the what's his name, the gold dude.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Adam something.
I don't know. I'm forgetting him, but he works well. I think making him an actual child was pretty funny for the movie. First of all, I couldn't super complain about comedy being in this movie because it is Guardians of the Galaxy they are solidified to be comedy characters. Like some characters not being comedy characters now don't make that much sense, but they are firm comedy characters. None of them are goofy. Have always been goofy. So if they just added in goofiness or made them all serious for no reason, would not work. I love the whole thing with the Otherworld Gamora of Peter having to let her go. It's not the same one. I think the ending. Okay, you said something.
Yeah, the parts that are serious are like
Amazing.
meant to be serious, and they don't make them funny, but they're still funny characters, and they
Yeah.
still are comedic at a lot of points. It's just the parts where they need to be serious, and it's stuff that affects them from past movies.
Yeah.
They are serious, so it works out really well as a comedy
Yeah.
movie and something you can take seriously.
The Rocket
So I,
Raccoon parts
yeah, the
were
Rocket parts.
oh my god. That whole honestly, the Rocket Raccoon parts made me felt disgust like not disgust just disgusted on that about the High Evolutionary because that was like absolutely disgusting and bad what he did. Because Rocket Raccoon is such a tragic character, and I love him so much in this movie. And I love how they didn't make this. They could have very easily made the story about Peter and Gamora just go on some hijinks, but they actually they realized Peter really doesn't have much more of a story to tell. We went through both of his things, his father and everything. So let's switch to another character who has lots of story to tell. We know about all the other characters. Drax, we know Drax was Vanos. The rest of them were Vanos. Peter was his father. Now we have Rocket, who's the only unsolved thing, and that was amazing. The ending was beautiful. The ending was beautiful. All Drax's ending made me tear up. Making
It was really
I think that was like a really really nice ending to Drax. That I would not prefer anything else. He the whole point is that he is just in the inside. He just wants to be a father, and I love how they do it. And
This movie was so great.
I
I
know.
think it's the only good Marvel movie that came out this year.
Yeah. I can't really think of another Marvel movie that came out. Well, I can think of another one, but it wasn't good.
It wasn't
Well, unless you count Spider-Man, but we'll get to that later.
Spider-Man.
You know, that movie is impeccable. Dungeons and Dragons. Did you watch this movie?
Is this the Honor Among Thieves?
Yeah.
I did watch this.
What do you
It was
think?
good.
I'm thinking high B, low A.
Either
I'm put
yeah,
high
I
B.
think that.
It's just
I would actually put Blue Beetle ahead of it.
ahead of it. Yeah, I did enjoy Blue Beetle. I just put it there. Dungeons and Dragons, Armor and Thieves. It's not the most story in depth movie, but what makes it good is how first of all, it caters towards Dungeons and Dragons fans in a cool way, but it also by having all the lore and stuff, but also caters towards
People who have no,
no
clue
clue.
about D&D.
Because it's just
I have just about no clue.
the
until you
act.
play
You know,
D&D, and I still think a lot of it
I've played D&D and it's pretty fun. The action's amazing. The actions I thought the action sequences were so cool. That whole movie was just so cool.
CGI was a
Yeah.
lot better than Marvel.
The CGI was way better than the Marvels. The CGI was cool. Everything about this movie had an all right story. It's just a cool movie. If you're just sitting down looking for a movie to watch and just have fun with, this is a fun movie. It's not like a lot of movies
Yeah,
above
I'm not
this.
gonna sit here and say, wow, they took themselves so seriously, or this was such
Yeah.
a masterpiece. But I
It's-
sat down, watched this movie, enjoyed it, couldn't
Yeah.
say much more about it.
It's just a fun movie. If you're looking for a fun feel good movie, well, not even feel good, but just like a fun movie, just watch it. Now, Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse is an S tier movie.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. If you say it's not an S tier movie, you are coping. You are actually making excuses,
On
and you
something.
wanna be different. Everything about this movie was good, except for the fact that was the first part. That was one thing that annoyed me, but I get it. They didn't have it.
I was
it was good.
different.
Yeah,
You gotta
it was.
understand, you gotta do what you
Yeah,
gotta do.
it was gonna be one movie, but they realized they didn't want to make it super the story rush, so they
I'd rather do
said
that
it.
than have them try to speed through it.
Yeah, I love the first of all. I thought that it couldn't look any better after the first movie. I thought that's when we peaked in graphics, in terms of style and stuff. No, no, they made it look better. This movie,
Wow.
I don't know how. Everything looked beautiful. The action sequences were amazing. I thought they did the Spider Society in a very good way by just putting cameos. They weren't trying to introduce all the Spider-Men, try to make them own individual characters. No, they focused on a few and worked with it well. Actually, the new characters work very, very well. Victor Pravarkar and Hobie are amazing characters. They're both funny and high energy, and well, not Hobie's not high energy, but he has an energy that works
He
well.
has energy.
Victor Provarker is a really funny character. I love him, and I love Miguel just being. I love Miguel how he's not just evil for the sake of being evil in the movie. Because I thought for a second that's hard to do. But no, he like obviously he has a tribass, right? He's a
There's
Spider-Man.
a reason he hates Miles.
Yeah, there's a reason he hates Miles if you haven't watched the movie, which I don't know. Actually, no. Everyone's watched this movie. I don't know. If you haven't watched this movie, skip 15 seconds ahead. He hates Miles because he's an anomaly in the universe because he's the only person who's not supposed to be a Spider-Man because he got bit by a Spider-Man for another dimension. That's 15 seconds, I think. Less. You know.
Yeah,
That it's such a good reason for him to hate him because he would just accept other Spider-Man.
he's the entire he's trying to keep order, and
Yeah.
he hates that Miles
Is completely destroying his order. And the canon event worked really well. I really liked how they did the canon event, including they incorporated even the shows and the movies. They incorporated Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, all of them. They incorporated their shows, Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man. All those were incorporated well to even fit around the lore of this universe. Oh my god. I liked the Insomniac reference. I liked everything about this movie. This movie was really good. If it wasn't a first part, I would it'd probably be the movie of the year. But I get it. And also, I'm gonna do my own thing. It's such a quotable line. It's so funny but also serious. It's a great line.
It captures Miles really well.
Yeah.
It's really serious. It's supposed to be really serious. He's like, nah.
Next is the Flash. It's slightly better than the Marvels. You should be so glad you didn't. If you went to the theaters excited for the Flash, I don't know who you were. First of all, I was never gonna be excited because of Ezra Miller. I hate Ezra Miller. I'm so glad that they're dropping all the old actors and replacing Ezra Miller because Ezra Miller sucks. The movie sucks. Here's the thing. They had a structure. They had a good outline to the movie and completely messed it up. First of all, CGI cameos did not those did not work. And then the story, I think Batman, bringing back original Batman worked really well. I think it was pretty funny. But my biggest problem was Barry. The two Barrys did not work good together. Because the whole thing is he figures out how annoying he is because there's two Barrys. Yeah, but that just means that they're both double annoying instead of being one annoying and one competent. No, they're just both double annoying now. I think him getting his powers was actually stupid. Oh, but he got shocked by lightning all these times. He's almost dead. But bringing him into the sky lets him get his powers back. Oh, okay. I think the ending of just having it a repetitive over and over again would have worked if it wasn't so many times and you couldn't change class. There is one scene in this movie that I actually completely loved. And that was the final scene where Barry's meeting his mother and he's crying. He realizes he can't change the past. He can't bring back his mother. He can't keep his father out of jail. And it was a beautiful scene. And I actually think that was the one time I saw Ezra Miller on screen. I said, oh, actually, he's doing really good here. And I actually like him for a second. And then the actor for the mom was really well. But they ruined it right after by him saying, "Oh no, I actually saved my father." Even though they established one little thing completely changed the path, completely changed timeline. This one little thing that I did nothing. It was just abysmal movie. Fast and Furious 11. Did you watch this movie?
No.
Fast and it's not F tier worthy only because the F tier movies are really bad. I just think Fast and Furious is getting okay.
That bad?
Fast 11.
I have not. Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I know zero things about it.
Fast and Furious 11 plays into the is a goofy movie as the other ones, but they still try to treat it like, oh my god, we're so serious. But no, it's just funny. As a movie that's bad, that is good. It's a good bad movie. But as a movie that's actually terms of objections, it's a bad movie. I think all you have to know is that Vin Diesel now has superpowers, and I remember when I remember. I'm telling you the truth. Vin Diesel has superpowers, and I remember.
So it's the Power family.
I remember when Fast and Furious was about cars. So but now it's about family and superpowers. So yeah, that's all I have to say for that movie. Next, Transformers: Rise of the Beast is an A tier movie. I'm a huge Transformers fan. Um, I'm literally you probably you could you probably will be hard finding a bigger Transformers fan than me right now. You can say so, right, Ambrose?
Yeah.
Right now, if I look to my left of my computer, I have my Lego Optimus Prime. If I look to my right, I have all my other Transformers. I have Shockwave, Grimlock, Cyclonus. But I even have OG Transformers. I have Metroplex, the original Metroplex, like the biggest one, of the biggest, not Metroplex, Fortress Maximus, one of the biggest Transformers. Actually, no, I think it is the biggest Transformer ever made. Still in the box. Got all those G1 Transformers, including Blaster, Bumblebee, all of Bruticus. I forget what they're called, but the Rescue Bots, what they form into. Yeah, I got all those OG Transformers and a lot more. I'm a big Transformers fan, and I watched all the shows except for that new show. I'm not watching that because first of all, it's not Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, and I'm really sad that he's not coming back as Optimus Prime ever again. He was the goat though. But yeah, this movie was really good. I think they really did justice to Transformers. I think I like how it's wrapped in loosely the Bumblebee. Because the thing is, it's supposed to wrap in loosely to Bumblebee. Because it's like a soft reboot of the series. And it works really well, wrapping them both in. As it's not like super overbearing, like Bumblebee reference. But it does show that Bumblebee has been there before. I think Mirage, I don't like Pete Davidson, but I think he did a really, really good job as Mirage. I thought all of it worked. I thought having the human parts was good, but not making them super overbearing like the Michael Bay movies was done well. To not they were still like good characters, but they were good characters first of all, but they weren't like overbearing to story. I think having them actually do stuff in this movie, like stuff that's integral, really worked. Like it wasn't just like Sam Witwicky, he's just there because he's there. No, they actually needed these two characters. Well, it's just a good movie. My one problem was that they could have made the Maximals talk more, but other than that, it was a really good movie. Also, Peter Cullen, after this movie, since he's not Optimus Prime anymore, won a Lifetime Achievement Award for being one of the greatest voice actors of all time, because he's been voicing Optimus Prime for like over 50 years. And yeah, that's what I have to say about the movie. Yeah,
I think Transforming Robot cool.
That is true.
Bumblebee, I have not watched this.
You gotta watch it. It's really cool. Yeah, we'll watch it one day. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is F tier. Oh my god. Is it better than The Flash? Yes. Is it better than Marvel? Yes. Actually, because Fury of the Gods is just so bad. First of all, the main villain powers suck, and they're not good. They don't have to be powerful if it's done well, but they don't do it well. The powers suck. They used them like twice. The movie sucks and everything. They definitely had to get rid of some stuff because of studio involvement and probably complaints. I remember they got rid of one of the worst complaints was that people boycotted one line in the movie because he sounds too much like a kid, even though he is a kid. It's just a bad movie.
Yeah. Which I feel is really sad
because I really like the first Shazam, but this one I thought this was be good, but no, it wasn't. The Meg 2.
Shazam, it was fun, but this one I saw. I pirated it because I'm not paying money for it, and I quit halfway through. So
that's how you know it's bad, when somebody watches it for free and still doesn't finish it. The Meg 2 is also an F tier movie.
I may have free time. I don't have enough free time to watch the Meg 2.
Meg 1 was so bad as good. I watched it and enjoyed it because it was funny. But Meg 2 is just boring. It's just so boring, and I would never watch it again, even if you paid me. I would never watch any of these F-tier movies again, even if you paid me. Maybe I'll watch The Flash just because of Batman, but that's it. Meg 2, Batman. Yeah, Batman was fire in that movie. But anyway, Ant-Man the Lost Quantanium.
MODOK, that movie.
I will say, I'm putting it D tier above these because it's a bad movie. But actually, I'll put it below that. That has a good intro. But it's drastically better than any of these movies in F tier. I think they had a really, really good outline going. The biggest problem with this movie is having Kang as a villain that can be defeated. Because Ant-Man is not the villain you want to fight Kang. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Because
can't have Ant-Man fight Kang.
yeah, Kang can
Kang's like
he solos the Avengers level threat. Yeah, he's Avengers level threat, literally. It takes all of them to fight him. But for some reason, Ant-Man can beat him. MODOK.
Also, MODOK carried that movie.
MODOK was funny. I think I would have preferred a serious MODOK because that's how he's supposed to be. But I think if he wasn't MODOK, if it wasn't the character MODOK, just like a random throwaway character, I'd have liked it a lot more. You know, the CGI was a mess. The story was pretty bad, but other than that, it was way better than any of these movies. You see this movie, Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear is an A tier movie.
You think we're joking, but we're not.
We're not. It's generally a good movie. I literally could have sat in that theater watching it for like so. I could have literally sat in that theater and just watched it for hours, because it was just such a fun movie to watch. But not like.
Was it trying to take itself
seriously?
At
Yeah.
any point?
Yeah. No.
There's
there's no.
The entire plot is just the
Bears on drugs. Yeah, it's based off a real story, but this is a documentary. This is like ridiculous. They literally have like this whole plot point about this dude being sad that his wife divorced him, and then bonds with like a teenager because he's giving him life lessons while playing 20 questions. I love this movie. Yeah, and the ending was so funny. The bear got a cocaine super boost because it sniffed some and beat the main villain. And it's just it's such a fun movie, and I think
it's like, oh, it has cubs, get that.
it's such a fun movie.
Cocaine.
It's an A tier movie. Now I saved this movie for last. If you don't know about Sound of Freedom, it was a movie that like the Hollywood would keep shutting down theaters and stuff that try to show the movie because it criticized some big Hollywood productions of being like EDPs and stuff. So it got shut down a lot. Objectively, as like a story, since it's based off of two short tours, a really good lesson, it would be S because of just like the lesson it teaches and how it brings to light. But as like objective movie, not looking at it from a standby point, it would be a B tier. I think the movie works really well. The plot was pretty well. It's a real life plot, but I think they do it really well. The acting was pretty good. The worst if like the people who watch it, if you look at critics versus reviewers, you can tell some of the reviewers were definitely paid off from this movie. I'm not trying to get super political. It's just a good movie. But it's like, if you haven't watched it, I recommend watching it. Well, I don't know if you can watch it. Actually, this movie was finished in 2018.
Went extremely under the radar
because
Hollywood didn't want it to
yeah.
show up.
It literally
didn't know this movie existed until Anthony talked to me about it a couple of weeks ago.
Which
was wild. Because I want to watch it now.
But the movie was finished in 2018 after being worked on for like 5 years, and it didn't come out till 2023 because they wouldn't let them until literally like I think some dude in Hollywood was able to get it in.
Yeah, no, and I think it was a lot of pressure from the strikes in Hollywood as
well
that they would like to release something like this, which I'm glad it now gets to be out. It's actually pretty scary how long they were able to hold that movie from coming out.
And actually, the plot is like my mom has anxiety, and I'm so surprised she sat through that theater. She said she was literally about to walk out of the theater because she couldn't take it. And my friend's dad, who was there, he literally walked out the theater because he couldn't take it, and he doesn't even have anxiety. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It teaches a lot. I think the acting was really well. I think literally showing like the disgustingness of being, I can't say that other word, so I'll say EDPs. So it literally, like the opening scene just shows how disgusting it is and all the bad stuff. So yeah, that's the official movie tier list. I'm sorry to end on like such a serious note, but I had to put it at the end because I wanted to make sure, like, just in case. But yeah,
I think
that's
it's better to leave it on an ending note than
yeah, a beginning
like
note.
Big Bad Wedding 3.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube will care as much, but if somebody will probably do something. But yeah, I guess that's all for the video today. Thank you for watching this tier list. See y'all later.
See ya.
Watch Guardians of the Galaxy, John Wick, watch -1, watch -1.